Had a tough week? Don't be provoked. Grab a sack and sit back and enjoy your smoke.
Break 'em.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy, Buddha Brad, the lyrical analyst inspired by cannabis, and you're tuned into Earbuds. For this week's show, get those Crip braids in and that New York Yankee fitted on, because we talking about some OGs. We talking about the Dogfather from the West and Hova from the East. This week's track is I Wanna Rock, the King's GMIX, Snoop Dogg featuring Jay-Z. So the original version of this song, I Wanna Rock, was released in 2009 off of Snoop Dogg's Malice in Wonderland album. It was produced by Scoop DeVille and mixed by Dr. Dre. Another track that you might know from Scoop DeVille is Poetic Justice by Kendrick Lamar and Drake. So Scoop DeVille uses It Takes Two, the song by Robe and DJ Easy Rock, as a sample for this song.
Right about now, you're about to be possessed by the sounds of MC Rawface and DJ Easy Rock. Hit it!
And Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock actually sampled the Galactic Force's Space Dust for their song. So I Wanna Rock is one of those songs that just fucking had a big impact when it was released. It actually had such an impact that there were 4 official versions of the song, the original and 3 remixes. We had the original I Wanna Rock by Snoop Dogg, then we have the King's GMIX, which we're talking about today, then there was the Interstate Trafficking remix. It was produced by DJ Green Lantern, you know, Eminem's official DJ, and featured artists like Rick Ross and Roscoe Dash.
Right about now, you're about to be possessed by the sounds of Snoop Dogg and DJ Green Lantern. Leg out! I wanna ride. 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 Leg out! I wanna ride.
The next remix I found kind of interesting because Canada's rap scene wasn't as big in 2009 as it is now. But somehow, Snoop Dogg teamed up with Kardinal Offishall for the T.O. remix.
Right about now.
Hey yo, Canada, it's official like a referee with a whistle. Kardinal Offishall and Big SNOOP D-O DOUBLE G wanna rock right about now. Malice in Wonderland 2010.
These cartoons paint anything for riches. I wanna rock, but nothing like a cokehead, something like a...
The last remix kind of had a rock and roll feel. It featured Blink-182's Travis Barker.
Right about now.
It's your east side partner, Big Snoopy D-O. Turn like D-Lo, catch me on your T-Bo.
Some other unofficial remixes were the Queen's remix, which featured Lady of Rage and Lil' Kim, and finally the West Coast remix, which featured the Dogg Pound and Nipsey Hussle. But the popularity of this song doesn't stop there. There were like 20 fucking freestyles to it. and they included artists like Yellow Wolf, Ludacris, Fat Joe, Styles P, Cassidy, Young Jeezy, Bow Wow, and Joel Santana. Alright, enough of the history lesson. Let's get into the music. If you haven't done this week's assigned listening, don't worry. Pause the show, go down to the description, click on the link, and then come back to us. As always, we'll be waiting for you. Perfect timing. We about to partake in one of the holiest of holiest rituals that we have here on Earbuds. Can you guys please do me a You know what, man? Since this is a Snoop track, why don't I give him the honors?
Can we get a motherfucking moment of silence for this small chronic break?
Let's go get it.
Yeah. GMIX.
H.O.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg.
That's
Ho.
right.
They say you can't spell the West without the ES.
That's right.
Real kings, man.
Right.
Hey, yo, Jiggle.
Right
I
now.
want you to take off on this track, man.
Okay,
Like
Snoop.
only you can. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hold up. I want to rock right now. My name is
So the first verse I want to talk about is Jay-Z's. He actually uses a lyrical sample from Robe Bass and DJ Easy Rock's song. I like this because it's kind of like a cool way to pay respect, pay homage to the people that you're getting your inspiration from. And I especially like Jay-Z's version of it because he puts a gangster spin on it. So Jay-Z's verse goes, "Hold up, I wanna rock right now. My name is Hove and I came to shake the town. Yeah, your boy's internationally known, but I'm from the hood, got a pocket full of stones."
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hold up, I wanna rock right now. My name is Hove and I came to shake the town. You, your boy's internationally known, but I'm from the hood, got a pocket full of stones. I used to cop rob.
Now let's listen to Robe Bass's version.
I wanna rock right now. I'm Rob Bass and I came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the microphone because I get stupid. I mean outrageous. Stay away from me.
So Jay-Z takes this lyrical sample and he puts his own egotistical gangster cocky spin. Whereas in Robe Bass says, "I'm not internationally known," Jay-Z says, "I am internationally known." And instead of rocking the microphone, Jay-Z's saying, "I got a pocket full of stones." Another word for stones, it's crack. So Jay-Z's saying that I'm internationally known and I got pocket full of crack because I'm a drug dealer. Jay-Z's drug dealing references continue on in the second verse I want to talk about. "I mastered the P with connects in the Midwest, so I'm heavy in the D. Your boy still snoop around, since a pup I've been corrupt and I fuck with the dog pound."
I mastered the P with connects in the Midwest, so I'm heavy in the D. The boy still snoop around since a pup I've been corrupt and I fuck with the dog pound.
So Jay-Z here is saying that I was a master of selling pounds of drugs. I had connects in the Midwest, so I was really deep in dope. And when he says, "I still snoop around," he's saying that, you know what? Maybe I still dabble in drugs a little bit. Even though I'm the successful rap mogul, maybe I still fuck around with selling drugs here and there. Because ever since I was a little kid, I've been corrupted and I started kicking it with the dogs on the block. Alright guys, let's talk about the final lyric. So for Snoop Dogg's first verse of this song, he does the same thing Jay-Z did at the beginning. But his lyrical sample is from Rakim's Microphone Fiend. "I was a fiend. Before I became a teen, I melted cabbage sacks instead of cones of ice cream. Crime orientated, that's how the West was originated. Fitted like pieces of puzzle. Complicated."
I was a fiend. Before I became a teen, I melted cabbage sacks instead of cones of ice cream. Crime orientated, that's how the West was originated. Fitted like pieces of puzzle. Complicated. I dropped the sack.
Now let's listen to Rakim's verse.
I was a fiend. Before I became a teen, I melted microphones instead of cones of ice cream. Music orientated, so when hip hop was originated, fitted like pieces of puzzle, complicated. Cause I grab the mic and try to say yes, y'all. They try to take it and say that I'm too small. Cool. Cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I.
Rakim says, I was a fiend. Before I became a teen, I melted microphones instead of cones of ice cream. Music orientated, so when hip-hop was originated, fitted like pieces of puzzle. Complicated. So just like Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg adds his own gangster Buddha head mix to it. He's saying that I was a fiend since I was a teenager, but instead of microphones, I was a fiend for melting cabbage sacks or smoking weed. So in Rakim's verse, he's saying that hip-hop was music orientated. So there was different genres of music that help make hip-hop what it is. And that's why it fits together, but very complicated like a puzzle. Snoop Dogg says that crime orientated. That's how the West Coast was originated. So all these different criminal elements fit together. It's complicated, but it fits like a puzzle. Alright guys, let's get into some fun facts. So the first fun fact... Guys, I can't lie to you, man. All the lyrics I discussed earlier, yeah, they were interesting, but that's not what this episode is about. How would I tell you that the entire first verse, Jay-Z's verse, is full of fucking fun facts? So you guys heard the verse. I mean, he's talking about drugs throughout it, right? How would I tell you that he is using rappers' names and using them as synonyms or double meanings while he's telling the story and he's spinning his verse? Boom, mind fucking blown. Let's get into it. You guys are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at the first example. Yeah, your boy's internationally known, but I'm from the hood, so I got a pocket full of stones. Pocket Full of Stones is actually a UGK or Underground Kings track, and UGK members are the famous Pimp C and Bun B from Texas.
I got a pocket full of stones. Got a pocket full of stones. Got a pocket full of stones. I got a pocket full of stones. Got a pocket full of stones. I got a pocket full of stones. Got a pocket full of stones.
Let's keep going. I used to cop raw bass, turn it into easy rock, just to stay Doggy fresh, all that shit to easy rock. So as we know by now, raw bass and easy rock are the two artists that made the original song this song is sampled from. So Jay-Z's using some poetic license here. Raw bass is phonetically similar to raw bass, and raw bass is another word for pure cocaine, and cocaine is what's used to make crack rock. And that leads us into the second name. Easy rock is used as a synonym for rock, crack cocaine. Jay-Z continues on and says he does this so he can stay Doggy fresh. The word fresh is used to describe someone that's dressed very, very nice or is pretty cool. But Doggy Fresh was actually a beatboxer and a rapper from the 80s. The next line is, used to Chef Raekwon give fiends a ghost face. Y'all know my forte, I just might catch a dope case. Chef Raekwon and Ghostface are both members of the Wu-Tang clan. You know, the clan that's not meant to be fucked with.
Wu-Tang clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Yeah.
Jay-Z saying, I used to chef Raekwon, or cook crack. He's using Raekwon's name as a synonym for crack. And when he says, I gave fiends a ghost face, he's saying that my crack that I just cooked was so good, these guys would get high, these fiends would be so high that it's like their spirit left their body. They just completely zoned out and they looked like they had a face of a ghost. Now the next line is pretty fucking cool. Y'all know my forte, I might just catch a dope case. Jay-Z saying, y'all know my specialty, I'm a drug dealer, so I might just catch a dope case. But how about I tell you, the word forte here is actually playing off of John Forte's name. John Forte was a co-producer for the Fugees, and he was caught with like $1.2 million worth of liquid cocaine. So when Jay-Z says, y'all know my forte, I might just catch a dope case, he's describing John Forte when he was caught with literally a case of fucking dope. So the next line, I mastered the P with connects in the Midwest, so I'm heavy in the D. I'm gonna need you guys to hear it one more time so I can explain it a little bit better.
Know my forte, I just might catch a dope case. I mastered the P with connects in the Midwest, so I'm heavy in the D. The boys still snoop around since a pup. I've been corrupt and I fuck with the dog pound. Rock Nation is the gang now. Dope lyrics, the only-
So at first glance, Jay-Z saying, I mastered selling pounds of heroin, I got connects in the Midwest, so I'm really heavily entrenched in dope. But do you guys hear that part? That part is from a Master P song. Master P was a New Orleans rapper, he was a record executive, and he had a hit that went by the name of Make 'Em Say,
Breaking niggas know, in the project, bigger than the thing goes. Breaking fools up, cause I'm a no-limit soldier. Hey, these a salute, dip, pass me the doja. Make 'em say, na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na. Make 'em say, na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na. Make 'em say,
And the heavy in the dope part, the heavy in the D section of this verse, that's using Heavy D's name. Heavy D is another rapper, and you guys probably know him from this hit that's played at all the weddings. The next line, y'all boys still snoop around, since a pup I've been corrupt and I fuck with the dog pound. So Snoop here is taken from Snoop Dogg's name, and corrupt is actually part of the hip hop duo, the Dog Pound. Let's continue on. Some dope lyrics is the only thing I slang now. I got the job done. I put the Kane down. It's no biggie. I'm the king now. So in this part, Jay-Z is saying, you know what? The only thing I sell now is sick lyrics or dope lyrics. I got the job done. Like I was a sick drug dealer, but I put the Kane down. Kane is short for cocaine. But let's look a little bit deeper. I Get the Job Done is a song by another infamous Brooklyn rapper, Big Daddy Kane.
You gotta have a brain in order to be Miss Kane. But in the case of not becoming my lady, I take 'em 8 to 80, dumb, cripple, and crazy. Crisp and clean with no caffeine and a pair of spandex or either tight jeans. Preferably the ones with the Chinese cuts, but I'll take 'em with the weave hanging down to their butts. And if you step up in a large sum, like Martin Luther King, I should overcome. I get the job done.
And the last part of Jay-Z's verse, it's no biggie. I'm the king now? He's acting nonchalant, like it's not a big deal, man. I'm just the king now. But he's also saying, since there's no Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie, the legendary king of Brooklyn, I'm the king now.
Hold up, I wanna rock right now. My name is Robe and I came to shake the town. Yeah, your boy's internationally known. But I'm from the hood, got a pocket full of stones. I used to cop raw bait, turn it into easy rock. Just to stay Doggy fresh, all that shit the easy rock. Used to chef Rakim, give Fiend a ghost face. Y'all know my forte, I just might catch a dope case. I mastered the D with connects in the Midwest, so I'm heavy in the D. The boys still snoop around since a pup. I've been corrupt and I fuck with the dog pound. Rock Nation is the gang now. She dope lyrics, the only thing I slang now. I get the job done, I put the cane down. It's no biggie, I'm just the king now.
Okay guys, that's it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and man, I got super excited when I was reading these Jay-Z lyrics, and I hope you guys did too, and I hope I blew your lid as much as I blew mine. So next week's show is actually gonna be the second last show of the season. But don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I just want to take this as an opportunity to separate season 1 from some other things I want to try out in season 2. So for next week's song, I chose an artist who I consider the new age Nas. He's lyrically gifted, he's conscious, and dude's got a solid fucking flow. So for next week's homework, I want you guys to listen to Change by J.Cole. Once again, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for the continuous feedback, and thank you for the requests. I feel like my audience is growing more and more every week, and I have you guys to thank for that. Please go ahead and follow me on Spotify. Follow me on Twitter. My Twitter name is @earbudz2. So that's @EARBUDZ2. And please check out my YouTube page. But most importantly, please share this. Regardless if you're on Spotify, if you're using the Anchor app, or if you guys are on YouTube, or if you guys are on Twitter, please share my work. I would really love to get the word out there. Alright guys, I'm gonna ash this joint. But you guys keep smoking. Thank you once again. I'm your boy, Buddha Brad, the lyrical analyst inspired by cannabis, and you were tuned into Earbuds. Peace.
My intuition is telling me there'll be better days. Yeah. My intuition is telling me there'll be better days. I like this tone. Yeah. My intuition is telling me there'll be better days. I sit in silence and find whenever I meditate, my fears alleviate, my tears.